Hello everyone, this is Unlikely Waffle here. So about a year ago, I started making these videos, right? And the computer I've been working on since then has been pretty good. It's a good little computer. However, it's not the best. It's an all-in-one desktop, which is good for your general computing needs. But as for gaming and recording and editing, it's not that great. It has only an Intel i3 core, which is not bad, but it could be a lot better. And I ended up upgrading the RAM a while back, but that's pretty much like one of the only things you can upgrade, because this particular one is an HP MV23C-20, C-2300. And basically, there's like no information on it. If you need any help with it, you're basically going to have to take it apart and decide it on your own. And for someone like me who does not know anything about computers to begin with, may as well just take apart a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I cannot say that name, because I don't really even know what I would be doing. I'd probably be frying my computer. And so I was trying to save up some money for it. But then some unexpected expenses came along, like buying new tires. That's pretty much like the only expense I can think of. I know there were others, but that was like the only one I can think of. Which actually for my car it's kind of a rare tire. And so it costs a lot of money to find them and get them installed. And so there went all my money for that. And so I decided, why can't I just make small payments on something? And then I realized that, yeah, that doesn't really work out for me anymore. But then I decided I could still kind of do that if I bought individual pieces and put them together. So I took on the task of building my own computer. I actually went with a relatively high-end build. It has quite a few really good components, which I'm really excited to be putting together for you today. Not for me today, but for you today. Like in a few minutes today. It has quite a lot of memory and computing power. And this graphics card I'm really happy with. So I'm really hoping that my computing powers will bump up a notch, or 3, or 10. Pretty much it'll bump up a lot. However, upon taking upon this task of building my own computer, I realized I didn't have any way of actually knowing how to put it together myself, because like I said, I don't really know about computer parts. Like, I know how to work a computer, I know how to operate things, but it's for the actual parts and how they work together, it's kind of a new thing to me. So I basically took myself on a crash course, computer boot camp, if you will, and read up on everything, and I actually found a pretty good guide on how to build them. And this particular build actually comes directly from that. And so I'm hoping that this build, this particular computer rig, will give me the power that I really want in a computer and will last me for a long time to come. Also, the best benefit about getting the individual components and putting it together yourself is then once you know how, now you know how to put it together. And then you can upgrade things as you need it in the future and basically make it future-proof, if you will. A lot of these are pretty new components, so I'm hoping that it will last quite a long time, as it is. And so, without further ado, here are all of the components. We are going to be starting off today with a relatively easy but major component of the computer. This would be the motherboard, which is the ASUS Z97A. From this, we will be moving on to a relatively minor piece of this computer, which is the disk drive. I have attained the ASUS DVD rewritable drive. It will play every DVD and CD you could want, and if you want to, you could even burn a CD inside this drive. And because I want to turn on the computer at all, I need a supply of power to the unit. For this, I have got the XFX TS650 650 watt full wired PSU. Pulling this much power will create quite a lot of heat, so to keep this machine cool, we have gotten the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo cooling system. And what kind of computer would be complete without some kind of memory? On the hard drive side, we have the Seagate 3TB 7200 RPM HDD. And to supplement that, on the other side we have a Samsung 850 EVO 500GB solid-state drive. This puppy will make it look like any task you assign to it will be as easy to complete as cutting a piece of pie. Of course, it will be hard to write on any of this without some kind of active memory. And for that, we have the Corsair Vengeance 16GB, 1600 MHz DDR3 RAM. Of course, all of this is just small change compared to the central processing unit for this computer. For that, we have the Intel Core i7-4790K processor with 4 cores and an 8-way multitasking function. And last, but definitely not least, we have the graphics processing unit, also known as the video card. We have the ASUS STRIX GeForce GTX 970 with a 4GB memory and a 0 decibel fan for all your silent gaming needs. But where do we put it all, you may ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I have the Corsair Carbide Series 400R black mid-tower gaming case. This has plenty of room for all of the components you have seen today, plus potentially a few upgrades in the future. Alright guys, so I have all my components together. I have my screwdrivers, both kinds, long nose pliers. I know you're going to say we don't need it to build a computer, but this is just for my sake of mind, really. My anti-static wrist strap. I know it's probably not all that necessary, but I don't want to take any chances with this because I don't have the money to replace anything, or really the time. And I also have my set of mini tools here, or precision tools here, which include the tiny versions of flathead and Phillips screwdrivers. The nut drivers, well, I have that somewhere else. It's not exactly right here, but it's something at least. Okay. Also have, I think that's technically nut driver as well. And then I also have some more pliers and wire cutters right here. And just in case you didn't get a feel for just how massive this computer case is, you can kind of see the entire length on the video right now, right? Here's my hand right here for for a point of reference. It is like 2 feet deep and a good 20 inches tall. And this thing is just massive. I didn't think it would be this huge, but it is. And what I've decided is I'm likely not going to be doing this in a time-lapse like I wanted to. Like, I was wanting to do the entire thing all at once. But, and then just time-lapse it, of course, in editing. But I know that there are going to be some interruptions, and I'm going to be going slow because I want to be making sure I'm doing this right? So, yeah, you're most likely just going to be seeing some progress updates. Hope you don't mind, but even if you do, it's a little bit too late, because by the time you see this, it'll be together. Alright, so let's get started. Have to take this apart now. Alright, I have the screws all off. Let's just slide that. Ooh, okay, that was a little bit... Wow, this thing is kind of interesting. Sorry, I keep hitting my microphone. So I apologize to everyone whose ears I'm burning with that. What is... Ooh. Yeah, apparently this thing has a room enough for 6 3.5-inch slots. Or it has 6 slots for 3.5-inch drives. And this thing's stuck. Okay, so this is just all the little tiny components that are for this computer case. Oh boy, that's a lot of components. And then we have the fan and fan cord right here, which is nice. I should probably take off the other side, this panel as well, but not right this second. Interesting. Okay, so fun fact, it looks like all the cords come over onto this side, and all the components get put into this side. If that makes any sense. It looks like this looks like the cord collection area between this wall and the side panel. Push. Push. Okay, so this is probably just the... Yeah, this is just the optical drive slots here. We have room for 4 of them. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, 4. Nice! Okay, so I wasn't going to show this, but this is just crazy because I just unboxed the graphics card, which is the ASUS STRIX GTX GeForce 970, or GeForce GTX 970. And, well, I was expecting the graphics card to be kind of small like that, maybe a little bit bigger, something like that. Yeah. This is bigger than some sandwiches I've had. And I've had a lot of sandwiches. This is just crazy. It doesn't even seem like there'd be enough room for it in there, but there is. Kind of just barely. Just thought I'd show you guys. Alright guys, here it is, all complete. Check this puppy out. Here's our cooler and a CPU cooler. A fan, chassis fan. There's also a couple on the front to bring in cool air from the outside, and this one is to blow warm air from to the outside. Bring in cool air from the outside, bring warm air to the outside. So it kind of cycles all the way through like that. You can also install 2 more up here, as well as 2 more right here on this panel, and another one down here for a total of 7. Isn't that awesome? And here's our power supply, you already seen that, and here's our graphics card all installed. It is beautiful! And up here, that's our optical drive, and here's our hard drive, and on this slot is the SSD. I'm kind of excited to see how this works. I'm just going to I'm going to close it up now. And try to get that all screwed in. I'm trying my best not to get in your way too much, but it's kind of hard with the angles here. So I apologize if I do. Also, I don't know if I showed you this before, but this case has a handle where you can grab it instead of having to just pick it up awkwardly, which is pretty awesome. Also, I'm sorry for just bumping around a lot. I don't mean to do that. And also, I did not mean to put you down as hard as I did. And one last thing that I forgot to say in the product list was that I had a PCI Express Wi-Fi adapter, dual band. So, oh dear. So I can pick up 2.4 megahertz as well as 5 megahertz on the Wi-Fi end. But here's the inputs for our motherboard and the inputs for the graphics card, which means basically the monitor inputs here. This has spaces for 2 DVI inputs, a VGA, a DisplayPort, and I think that's an HDMI. That's right. I couldn't remember what that was called for a second there. I don't know why. And then there's the power supply right down here on the bottom. But now it is time to actually see if this will work. So I'm going to take a minute to get everything set up and get this puppy ready to be turned on for the first time. See you guys in a second. And as you can see, it is magically all ready. One thing I wanted to mention is this remote. Or not remote. Why do I keep saying that? Mouse. Is that my pop filter? Yeah, that's a pop filter. Should move that up. There we go. This mouse is actually pretty cool because in addition to having infinite numbers of colors and 5 different profiles to which you can assign different keys, this also has a weight. You could basically change the weight of it using these little pellets that you get with it. Come in this nice, what brand is the UtechSmart case. And so I just like to have 7 of them myself. And this is the exact same remote that I've been using for the last 8 or 9 months.
And so I know that I'm very happy with this, and so I decided to get myself a second one. Who doesn't love a second one? Very quick, as a matter of fact. Stick this back in here. And before we go on to the... Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a good weight for it. Before we go on to the actual turning on of the computer, the thing that everyone loves to do when they get a new piece of electronics. Oh no, I think I took it off already. Maybe it doesn't feel like it's off though. Well, never mind. If it comes off later, it'll come off later. But I was going to peel off the plastic covering that comes on every piece of electronics. I did the one that was around the edge. I remember that one specifically, but I just don't remember the screen. Oh well. Well, anyways, guys, I have turned this on. Yeah, it's still good. And for this next part, I'm going to go handheld, because it's going to be hard to keep this camera focused while I'm moving around, and I'll potentially block you. So, here we go. Lift off. Let's just come down here. Here's the computer. It's all beautiful, isn't it? Nice. Let's come back here. My God, there's so many cords down here. Look, inside the computer. It's nice, isn't it? I'm just turning on the power supply right now. If I can reach it. There we go. It's a tall computer. This is turned on, so we know it's getting power at least. Hello, I'm here. So let's just put this back on. And wait for it to power all the way up. Probably should hit the power button first. Hey! It sounds pretty quiet. Check it out, guys. Lights on. And here we go. It's already coming on. Indeed. New CPU installed. Please enter setup to configure. Okay. Also, check out the keyboard. It's rainbow. Isn't that nice? Right now it's running at 19 degrees Celsius, which is not bad. Though it's going up a little bit. Not too bad, though. Wonder what that is. Hey, it's recognizing that we have 16 gigabytes, though. That's nice. And the CPU, yep, that's perfect. Everything is great. Select your computer usage. Daily computing or gaming and media editing. Yeah, I think it's going to be the gaming and media editing, considering I have built this as a gaming and media editing computer. This is also really annoying to say, so I apologize. The type of CPU fan. Tower cooler, I believe, is what it is. And then the estimation tuning result. CPU performance is 12% up, which is awesome, and DRAM performance is 2% up. Hey, not too bad. Also, the other cool thing is with this particular monitor, it comes with an option of using DVI, VGD, or HDMI connections. If you really want to, you could probably do all three, but it probably wouldn't work all that well. Okay. I bet you it's not working that well because we don't have the operating system on, huh? Yeah, that probably makes sense. Alright, guys. It is up and running. I have the operating system all installed. I'm just have to get some stuff working. Basically meaning that I need to make sure that my 3 terabyte hard drive is recognized. Because I installed this operating system on my solid state drive so that way it would boot fast. But now it's recognizing only that as the storage. So I just need to work on getting the drivers and everything installed, getting all the partitions ready. But before I do all that, I just have to say I'm really excited about this because not only do I have this one, I now have 2 computers. This one and this one. Old, new. And then there's all those drivers down there, which come with everything. Oh, those are annoying. So much fun, though. I'll probably spend most of tomorrow installing everything. but that is not a huge deal.
Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video of me putting together this computer. It actually took a lot longer than you would expect, because I was planning on like a couple hours, maybe 3. Yeah, I started this at 1 today. It's now 10. Yeah. So just a little bit longer than expected, but it actually works, so I'm really happy about that. I didn't screw anything up badly. At least not yet. We have yet to see about that. But anyways, guys, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to hit a like and a comment down below. It really helps out the channel, and also make sure to subscribe if you really enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. So long, everyone.